Mindful Fitness, Pilates and Relaxation. For those of you who haven't done this before, it is a mindful class. It's about being calm, it's about releasing tension out of your body, and also being aware of your body and the different movements and how that impacts on how your body feels. So if you do feel your body's under too much tension at any point, just try to adjust your position. And the main thing that we need to adjust is the position of our pelvis. So we're going to start this evening with some breathing, and then we will go on to some pelvic tilt so that you can get to feel where that pelvis should sit in a natural position. Because the back naturally curves, we want to find that position where the back is curved naturally and it's not forced. So let's just start. Close your eyes and just think about the breath coming into your body. So just breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. When you breathe in, just try to hold the breath for a couple of seconds before you then exhale. And this is to slow the breathing down, to slow the mind down and just to think about your breath. And I want you to gently rock onto the balls of the feet and back onto the heels. Taking some nice long breaths here. Eyes open or eyes closed, entirely your preference. Just being aware of your body, being aware of any tension that you're holding. Try to pull those shoulders down. Place your hands on your rib cage. And as the air comes in, just feel the ribs expand and then settle back down. We're still rocking backwards and forwards. Just let the hands drop and let the hands hang nice and loose. So shoulders are relaxed. We're rocking backwards and forwards. Okay, then bring the hands to the hips and just keeping your feet flat on the floor, tilt your pelvis to the back and to the front, and just feel how that impacts on your back and also on your abdominal muscles as well. So we bring it to the extremes of the back and then the front in order to find that natural position somewhere between the two, and everybody's position will be different. So we're just tilting the pelvis backwards and forwards. And just thinking about how that affects our bodies. Where we feel the tension and where we feel the stretch. Just keep that rocking going. And then let's just bring the shoulders up and round, take them to the back. So really stretching out the chest. The chest becomes very tight when we sit all day, when we're on our laptops or on our phones. We tend to be round shouldered. And just take them right back and squeeze those shoulder blades in together. And then letting the arms hang, just swing round, so you're rotating from the waist, just loosening up the back And again, be aware of any tension that you may be holding. And then we're just going to bring the arms up. So we're going to bring one arm up and the other arm down. And just alternate. Nice and slow. Just getting some mobility into those shoulders. Lots of people will suffer with their shoulders. They take a lot of wear and tear during the course of the day. That's it. Taking it nice and slow so we can think about the movement and think about each side, whether one is holding more tension than the other. And then bringing those arms out in front, we're just going to take a squat. So we're just going to sit down nice and slow, coming up nice and slow. So just think about any tension again, and just adjust your posture. So we're trying to keep the shoulders down even though the arms are up. Do one more. Okay, bring those down. We're then going to roll down. So we're going to tuck the chin in. We're going to take the arms down. We're going to take the fingers so they trace down to the toes or wherever you can reach, whether it's the ankle, your shins, your knees, and just slowly uncurl on the way up. So let's keep that going. So we're rolling down, tuck the chin, let the fingers trace down as far as you can go, and then coming back up nice and slow, pulling up through those abdominal muscles. So really pulling the belly button in as you come up. Pull in as you come up. That's it. Nice and slow. Pull the belly button up and shoulders down. One more. So roll down. And back up. So we've really got some movement into the back in those roll downs. So then we're going to take it to a walk out. So starting at the end of your mat, or make sure you've got room in front, you're going to roll down and walk your hands away until you come into plank position and walk back. I'm just going to keep that going. So rolling down, walk away until you're in that flat back plank position, and then come back up. Let's do two more. So walking away. One more. So roll down, walk those hands away, and walk back in. Okay, on the next one we're going to walk our hands down and we're going to walk all the way out and bring our hips down to the floor. Just getting some movement into the back. Lower down. So we're going to keep this going. So breathe in on the way down to the floor. And then breathe out as you lift up. Breathe in as you lower. So trying to use the breath to slow the movements down. Okay, then we're going to take the arms underneath those shoulders. So as we raise up, we're able to raise higher. If that causes any tension anywhere, then stay on your forearms. Not a problem at all. Just work to your own level this evening. So just coming back down. So again, exhale as you come up. Whether you're on your forearms or your hands, bring your shoulder blades down towards your hips and lower back down. And let's keep this going. So exhale. And inhale on the way back down. So one more. And then we're going to take our arms alongside. And we're going to exhale. And we're going to lift the feet, the legs raise, and the chest raise, and lower. So lift up and lower. So we're really strengthening the lower back. We're stretching out the abdominal muscles. That's strengthening the back. One more. So exhale as you lift up. And then inhale on the way back down. Okay, taking the hands in front, and you can either have, if you wanted to have a cushion here you could, or you can just rest on the back of your hand. We're going to raise one leg and lower down. So we're working the glutes, we're strengthening the glutes, we're strengthening the lower back. Raising one leg at a time. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. So keeping the chin down. Again, breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. And just think about tightening up your glute as you raise and lower. So really squeezing your bottom as you lift up. One more on each side. And then we're just going to speed that movement up. So imagine you're in a swimming pool, your swim legs. So nice and quick, fluttering those legs. And lower back down. Okay, we're going to turn onto our side. So elbows underneath the shoulder, hips and ankles all in a nice straight line. So we want to keep the hips open, we want to keep the chest open. You can use your hand, your top arm, you can use that hand to steady yourself on your mat. And we're just going to lift and lower. So abs are pulled in, that's going to help keep you nice and straight. and stop you from falling in or falling back. The added hand will also help. So hand can be on the floor or on the hip, wherever you prefer this evening. So nice and slow, lifting the leg, and then we're going to take it in a circle. So drawing a circle. Again, that's going to take you off balance, and your core muscles that sit underneath those abs will be working. Let's change direction with the leg. Let's take it back. Okay, bring those feet together. We're going, if it's too much on your elbow, again, you could lay flat or you could get a cushion. So if you feel that's putting any pressure on those joints, then feel free to grab some cushioning. We're going to lift the top leg, lift the bottom and lower. So we lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, lower. If that feels too much, feel free to bend those legs. So you bend them in here, lift, lift and lower. That's it. Okay, then we're going to bring the knees in. We're going to keep the feet together. We're just going to lift the top knee. This is a clam, and this is going to work. It's called your glute med. It sits right in the middle of that butt cheek, but it's often neglected. Good to keep it strong. Okay, just one more. Just hold at the top. So you can feel the tension, you can feel it in that glute. The glute should be nice and solid. And lower back down. So we can do the same thing on the other side. So again, position yourself with that elbow underneath that shoulder. Lengthen out the body, so ankles, knees, hips and elbow all in a nice straight line. We're going to start with those leg raises and lower. So trying to keep those shoulders back so everything stays in this nice straight line. On the next one, we're going to circle. So draw in a circle with that big toe. So try not to roll back, just staying up on that hip and that elbow. And other direction with that leg. Take it round to the back. And just think about how the body's feeling in this position. Okay, bringing those feet in. And just opening out the hips. So working that glute med. right in the middle of that cheek. Okay, one more, and hold at the top, and just feel that working. Feel that glute cheeks nice and solid. You can feel the muscles working. And lower down. Then we're going to come onto our backs. And we're going to start in a seated position. Actually, we're going to start with our knees bent. We're going to start with some roll backs. So we're going to extend the arms, and we're going to tuck the chin in and half a roll back and back up. So we stop at that point where we feel we're going to fall to the floor. So nice and slow. And as we start to lower down, pull the belly button in, till that pelvis will tilt, which will help to strengthen those abdominal muscles. So we're coming halfway down, or at that point where you feel you're going to fall. On the next one, we're going to take that elbow back to the mat, just behind, come back up. Same thing on the other side, tuck the chin, elbow down, come back up. So really challenging our abdominal muscles on the sides. And then on the next one, we're going to roll all the way down to the mat. So tuck the chin in, take it nice and slow, take it nice and controlled, down to the mat. And then breathe out, tuck the chin, and roll back up, forward to the toes. So forward fold, and roll back, tuck the chin. Lower down, try to lower nice and slow, keeping it controlled. And then exhale as you come up, and forward fold to the toes. So we're getting some stretching in the backs of those legs and the lower back. So roll down, tuck the chin. As you roll up and forward fold. Okay, coming down onto our backs, we're going to bring our feet up in a tabletop position. So ankle and knee will be in a straight line, your knee and your hip will be lined up. The head's on the floor, the pelvis sits in a neutral position. You will have a natural curve in your back, but not an arch in your back. And trying to maintain this position, I want you to tap your toe to the floor, bring it back up, other side. So we're just tapping down, bringing it up, keeping our neutral spine position. Our abdominal muscles should be braced just by adopting this position. So we're not arching the back, we just have a natural curve. So just tapping down. Let's do two more. On the next one, you're going to tap down underneath. So you're taking the foot through, almost a reverse curtsy. So taking the foot wide underneath the other leg. One more on each side, and then we're going to bring those feet to the floor. We're going to tilt our pelvis and try to peel up off the mat, bringing the hips up, squeezing the glutes, the hamstrings. We're strengthening our backs, and then we're going to lower down one vertebrae at a time. So get a picture of that spine in your mind, and we come down nice and slow. Tilt that pelvis, peel up off the mat. Nice and slow and controlled. Inhale as you lower down one vertebrae at a time. We're trying to do one breath, one movement. So exhale as you lift up. Inhale on the way down. So you're trying to slow the movement down, and you're trying to lengthen your breath. So once more, lift up, exhale. And then inhale on the way back down. Okay, I'm going to support the head with the hands, so clasp the hands together and let the head just hang down. So the head's going to stay in that position, so it's a nice dead weight in your hands. Pull the abs in and curl up. So just curling up and lowering back down. You're just curling those shoulder blades up off the mat. So exhale, inhale on the way back down. Really feel those abdominal muscles. And then on the next one, raise up, lengthen the arms, and we're going to do the Pilates 100. So we're going to move the arms 100 times in this position. Okay, let's go. Twenty to go. 10 to go. And lower back down. Just pull those knees into your chest and just rock from side to side, just to give yourself a little back massage. Okay, then we're going to come up onto all fours. So hands and knees hip width apart. And we're just going to take the hand and thread it through the other hand. And then bring it back through and rotate. You can bend this supporting elbow Take the hands through, so the eyes follow the hand in order to rotate. And we're rotating our thoracic back at the top. So take it up and back through. And again, with any of these, if the knees are sore and you need to get a cushion to kneel on, that's absolutely fine. Let's do 2 more this side, then we'll swap to the other side. So just threading through, opening the chest and the back. And then exactly the same thing on the other side. So thread through, I'll turn around then you can see. So hands and knees hip width, just bend the elbow as you thread through and then rotate. Following the hand, so the eyes follow the hand in order to rotate that thoracic back. Rotating up. So 2 more. And then staying in this position, so with these hands and knees, we're going to tilt the pelvis backwards and forwards, and you'll see as you tilt the pelvis the back arches and then the back dips. So really good for spine mobility. So try to use 1 breath with 1 movement. You decide which one works for you. So lifting up and lower back down. So really trying to slow the breathing down, slow the movement down, lengthen out the breath. And then take those knees wide on the mat, toes together, and just sit back onto those heels if you can. If you can sit on your heels, then you could start to lower down onto the forearms. If it's all as much as you can do to sit on those heels, then just stay in that position, that is fine. And then from your forearms you could lengthen your arms away and drop your forehead to the mat. And just relax, just let the arms sink into the mat. And then coming back up, just bring those knees in together. And again, from this position, we're seated. We've got our hips are touching our heels. We're going to take the arms back and just curl as far down as you can. And we will all be different as to where we can reach. The ultimate aim is forehead to the floor. So just reach where you can, relax the arms.
And let's just take some breaths in this position. And then nice and slowly uncurl.
Just bring those legs round. We're now going to come to some relaxation. So if you want to grab a blanket, if you want to turn your lights out, light a candle, whatever you want to do, you have the beauty of being in your own home. So just grab whatever you need and then find a position on the floor, laying on your backs, and just let the hands lay by the side with the palms facing up. Let the head settle wherever is natural for your head, and let your feet flop out to the side. And just take your mind to your breathing. So try to forget about anything that's happened today or anything that may happen tomorrow. We're just going to breathe. So inhale, count the inhalation, and then count as you exhale, trying to lengthen out the breath on each cycle. If your mind starts to wander, just bring it back to this breathing. So we're breathing in the calm and we're breathing out the tension. So with every breath, just relax down, sink down into your mat a little bit further. So release the tension out of the legs, out of the hips, let them sink down into the mat, out of the abdominal muscles, the shoulders and the face. And we're just going to take a minute of silence. And then slowly start to bring some feeling back to your fingers and toes. Just be aware of your breathing. And in your own time, sit yourselves up, but keep those eyes closed. As I just read you a little saying. A strong woman is one who feels deeply. A strong woman is one who loves freely. Her tears flow just as abundantly as her laughter. A strong woman is both soft and powerful. She is both practical and spiritual. A strong woman in her essence is a gift to the world. So when you feel ready, just open your eyes.